target late-stage startups. And about 70% of the innovators are between 26 and 45, with a bigger proportion aged between 36 and 45. That is not youth. The average age of successful startup founders is 45, yet those under 40 run more than 40% of all the startups. This session, this afternoon, will lay ground for a 10-year master plan, as well as the launch of the Kenya Innovation Outlook 2022. And I would like to invite my panelists up on stage. Deputy Resident Representative UNDP Kenya, Mandisa Mashologu, please come and join us on stage. Karibu sana, let's give a warm round of applause. The UK High Commissioner to Kenya, Ms. Jane Marriott. Asante sana, please join us on stage. The CEO of the Kenya National Innovation Agency, Dr. Tony Mwansa, karibu. And Your Excellency, Dr. William Samuel Ruto, please come and join us on stage. All right, we'll try to keep this as succinct as possible. So I'll start with you, Dr. Omwansa. Just a quick look into the Kenya Innovation Outlook. What are its objectives and aspirations?
Thanks very much, Lilian, and to all the guests and our Excellency. The National Innovation Agency was set up to try and develop and manage the national innovation system. Now, you can't manage something you can't track very well. And you can't progress if you can't quantify the milestones that you're making. So what we set out to do this year is to lay the foundation. So the agency has been in operation for about 2 years. So last year we set the Innovation Week, and now the second time. So this year we did the baseline of the national innovation system. National system, you're thinking about the private sector, the academia, the research institution, the youth, the policies, the national innovation funding, and so forth. So what is coming out of this is, one, demystify innovation. If I were to ask right now, how many of us think you're an innovator? Your Excellency, this is how much I struggle. Everyone is an innovator. So we wanted to elaborate, demystify innovation. You can create value, all right? And that's number one. The second is to demonstrate where we are as a country and lay the foundation for what we want to develop as a 10-year National Innovation Master Plan. And we'll talk about it in a little while.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mwansa. Let's give him a warm round of applause. I'll come to you now, Ambassador Marriott. The UK has been at the forefront of innovation-led growth for centuries, as evidenced in the first industrial revolution. Today we talk about the fourth industrial revolution, and the United Kingdom's most recent innovation strategy is titled Leading the Future by Creating It. It identifies 4 pillars, and perhaps you can tell us a little bit about that and what insights that Kenya could draw from the UK's innovation approach.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to say how excited I am to be here for 2 reasons. One, because there is no better place to be in the world right now, apart from possibly the UK, I have to say that as the UK Belosi, to be at the forefront of science, tech and innovation than Kenya. And secondly, because Kenya's approach to tech, and Your Excellency, this is very much at your heart of your agenda here, is because science, tech and innovation is for everybody. It's not an elite sport. It's about how you bring and transform a country and a world together so that everybody benefits from ST&I. I'm delighted that the UK has had over a 30-year partnership in this regard, whether we're talking about the collaboration between KEMRI and Wellcome Trust, the innovative stands and leaders that Your Excellency, you saw just now outside, or the fact that we have funded, so this innovation strategy that you're launching today brings together 3 different reports, one of which has been supported by the UN, 2 of which have been supported by the UK, and I'm delighted that we're going to be able to work together on the 10-year action plan to help Kenya get even further ahead of the competition on tech and innovation.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate her with a round of applause. Mandisa, I'll come to you now. The UNDP recently supported the mapping of Kenya's innovation ecosystem. I've shared some of the data in my intro, which provides a deep dive into Kenya's startup ecosystem space. Perhaps you can just share with us some of your observations from that mapping.
Well, I think a critical issue for all of us is addressing the youth unemployment in the country. So getting that statistics that shows that as much as we're saying Kenya is the heart of innovation, we really need to make sure the youth have the space, the support to be able to get there in terms of employability and also impacting on the Sustainable Development Goals. So really our priority is to make sure that the youth are better engaged in innovation. You can also see from the mapping that 46% of the incubation centers are in Nairobi out of the full mapping. So we want to make sure that we are getting these services out to the counties, the support, the technical capacity development, and that's why we think it's so important having partnered with Kenya to also have this outlook report that helps us to monitor progress on an annual basis from now on.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mandisa. Your Excellency, sir, I'll come to you now. As Chipukizi has just mentioned, your administration has brought a new shift in the way we celebrate Jamhuri Day. We're kicking off Jamhuri Day celebrations with a week-long innovation week. Perhaps you can just tell us what is informing this new thought process and what we should be expecting going forward.
This is not just about the Innovation Week. It's about the whole of government, whole of society approach to doing things differently and recognizing the advantages that we have in the digital space or the technology space. Three things that I could say. When we went around Kenya to ask the people of Kenya what their priorities were, many young people across this nation wanted access to the internet. They saw an opportunity in the digital space, and that is why we are going to invest 40 billion Kenya shillings to roll out 100,000 kilometers of new fiber so that we can cause internet to be in 29,000 schools, 26,000 markets, and ensure that every home that is connected to electricity is also connected to internet. And we have 8.5 million homes. That is to respond to what young people told us across Kenya. Secondly, is to leverage on technology to deal with the challenge of our time. Deal with the challenge of unemployment as we see the obvious opportunity there is to create jobs, to get more young people access the internet, use their talent, knowledge and expertise to create the future, as has been said here, and to innovate, to give us new startup companies, give the ideas. I have gone through the exhibition here, and it is amazing to see the kind of innovation that young people are fashioning and tackling challenges of our time using technology. And much more importantly, we have focused our Jamhuri Day, our Independence Day, because it's an important national day, and we want to profile it as an innovation Jamhuri, because really that is the space that makes sense to the majority of Kenyans at this point in time. Innovation, technology, internet connectivity, digital economy, that's the space that makes sense to the majority of Kenyans, 60–70% of them who are young people. And in conclusion, to say that beyond the celebrations we are having, we are building the infrastructure, and so that we can scale up startups, we can support startups. As you've heard in the statistics, many of them are still in the formative stages. We are going to have a startup bill taken to Parliament early January. so that we can have a startup fund that will support innovation, that will de-risk our young people who are working on their innovations, so that there is a fund that we can leverage on, work with other partners to ensure that there is sufficient resources for young people to take a risk on the ideas they have, on the innovations they have, and so that we can use the startup fund to be able to make those innovations a reality, scale them up, and make them full-blown businesses.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We know you have to rush off somewhere else as part of the celebration, so we'd like to thank you for making time. I'll hand it over very quickly to CEO Dr. Omansa for the launch of the Kenya Innovation Outlook Report, very quickly, and then we'll close the panel.
So like I did say, what we can't measure, we really can't determine the progress of it. So as a National Innovation Agency, consistently on an annual basis, we'll be releasing a National Innovator Outlook. We try to gather as much data as possible about the progress we're making. A fund, for example, is a classic example. How does that translate to a better society? So I will invite the head of state. We hope that by June in the new year, we will have designed the 10-year master plan that we would want the head of state to launch, that will supports the cross-ministerial thinking about where we want to be 10 years down the road. And unless you set a clear target that really capitalizes on your strengths, you don't achieve as much. So we will be inviting you for that opportunity. For now, I'd like to invite the cabinet secretaries and the PSS present. We rise up and take a photo of the Kenya National Innovation Outlook 2022.
Negative. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Thank you. Congratulations for supporting Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as His Excellency makes his way to his seat with the panelists. Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, today marks the beginning of a new look of Jamhuri Day celebrations, and we want to thank you for gracing this occasion. Your Excellency, with the gracious permission, allow me now to invite Honorable Ababu Namamba, the CS Youth Affairs, Sports and Arts, to take us through the remaining part of the program. CS.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Cabinet Secretaries, present here, the Principal Secretary for Youth Affairs, Mr. Made, Ambassadors, High Commissioner, my very good friend, Balozi, Jane Marriott, board chairpersons and members, the CEO of the Kenya National Innovation Agency, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to join you here at the Kenya National Innovation Week, which is hosted by the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Sports and the Arts through the Kenya Innovation Agency, Kenya. This Innovation Week serves as a build-up to Jamhuri Day, whose theme is centered on tech and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, I also take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, His Excellency the President, and other distinguished guests from across the globe joined us here today. And I particularly want to, if we are to achieve goal 9 of the SDGs, which seeks to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation, then we will unleash the dynamic and competitive economic forces that generate employment and income. Your Excellency, this year's theme of the Innovation Week, connecting innovations locally. You know, when I first saw this word, Your Excellency, I thought someone had made a typographical error. But then I was educated that is an innovative way of connecting local and global. So it's locally. This aims to recognize innovations by young people, researchers and startups, locally and internationally. This is in line with the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, Your Excellency, which commits to advancing innovation in Kenya. And as you have correctly said, we roamed across the length and breadth of the Republic. We listened to the people, and it was so clear that there is an innovation angle to every aspect of the economy, to every aspect of development. There is an innovation angle to agriculture. There's an innovation angle to healthcare. There's an innovation angle to sports. Every aspect of our life has an innovation angle, and we are unleashing the full potential, the full extent of that. Your Excellency, we are also announcing a collaboration between the Kenya National Innovation Agency and Huawei Technologies Kenya Company Limited. And we do hope that when this collaborative framework is concluded, it will be able to drive innovative 5G and advanced connectivity solutions between Kenya and Huawei Technologies Kenya. And as the CEO indicated, once that is ready, Your Excellency, we will properly brief you and walk the journey together with us through Kenya. Let me also announce that we have made a decision, Your Excellency, as a ministry and as Kenya, to bid to host the 2023 Commonwealth Innovation Week. And so we are looking forward to bringing to Nairobi innovators across the 56 members of the Commonwealth from across the globe. It is now my singular honor, privilege, and pleasure to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic, to address us. Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much, Ababu. Please, let's take our seats. Thank you very much. Sorry. Sorry. Your Excellency, British High Commissioner, my friend Jane Marriott, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Is it evening? Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So, good. Thank you very much. I am truly happy having gone through what I saw in the exhibition. I am honored to be part of a very timely event of tremendous importance for our country's journey to economic transformation, industrialization, and competitive productivity. The pursuit of shared prosperity and the enhanced well-being of our people requires us to urgently devise strategies that meet the urgency of our time. Strategies will maximize on each factor of production, propel our economy into new domains of high productivity, and accelerate economic growth to exponential rates. To meet the urgent demand of our time, therefore, we must do things better, do all things in new ways, and also pursue new things. This calls for a new mindset, stronger focus, greater dedication, and readiness to embrace new operating paradigm. This is the essence of innovation. The stewardship of every sphere of human endeavor, every sector of our economic activity, requires innovation to navigate beyond the waters of stagnation and inertia into the exciting frontiers of discovery and abundance. Although innovation is frequently associated with rapid advances in the high-tech sector that have transformed how we live, it extends into every quest to do more, to go further, and to rise higher. The government of Kenya is mandated to achieve the socio-economic transformation of our country. We have pledged to invest in agricultural transformation, promote micro and small and even medium enterprises, stimulate the expansion of housing, deliver universal health care, and galvanize the digital economy. This mandate must be delivered in the context of tremendous economic challenges and severe resource limitations. Continuous innovation is therefore required to adapt to novel opportunities. I am neither complaining nor am I lamenting. I have set out this background to demonstrate the reality of a robust appreciation of the innovative imperative for transformational growth in our time. In fact, our government is testimony of the vision, even in political mobilization and strategy. The bottom-up economic model for the transformation of our country and the hustler nation approach to electoral are radical innovations of political strategy and democratic participation. They also constitute the core of our socio-economic transformation agenda, guiding the quest for shared prosperity. It is in this spirit that I have been greatly inspired to see the innovative concepts and creations exhibited in this expo. I look forward to visiting more displays at the KICC later this week. I believe that by innovation, we can reimagine and overhaul our economy into a modern, high-tech, one serviced by highly skilled citizens who enjoy a high quality of life. It is my contention that innovation brings us closer to sustainable development goals and our Vision 2030 by catalyzing productivity, increasing high-quality jobs, reducing unemployment, and also creating wealth. The government is therefore committed to mainstreaming innovation into a way of life in the public as well as private sectors. You will therefore be seeing more, not less, forums, platforms like this, as well as other avenues to recognize innovation by young people, promote startups locally and internationally, strengthen research, commercialize innovations, and enhance the uptake of emerging technologies. To further underscore the critical importance of innovation, I would like to share with you my intentions to sustain this week's focus so that it culminates in the celebration of our national holiday, Jamhuri. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and the Kenyan National Innovation Agency have therefore set a brilliant pace for our broader agenda and celebration of Jamhuri. The stage is now set for the steadfast entrenchment of a culture of innovation throughout government in visible, effective, and measurable ways. It is time for every ministry to domesticate a strategy for continuous innovation. Beyond national activity, government intends to elevate this forum into an international innovation festival, which attracts global participants to facilitate exponential enhancement of Kenya's capacity for transformative innovation. The partnership among various stakeholders, which has made this event possible, strongly indicates the shape of future collaboration between organizations and actors in government, academia, and industry. The Kenya National Innovation Agency must now initiate and develop appropriate policies to promote collaborations and mobilize resources to support innovators. And here I also pledge that the government of Kenya, as I said earlier, we are processing our startups bill that will also help scale up and de-risk startups and give them the opportunity to grow into enterprises. Similarly, organizations representing commerce and industry, like the Kenya Association of Manufacturers and the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, must be encouraged to participate in these opportunities, especially in scouting that deserve support from industry. Government is committed to do its part. First, we shall continue to support the development of necessary skills for developing demand-driven innovations which are globally competitive. Second, we shall enhance policy to secure innovation, especially through the protection of intellectual property. And third, tertiary education institutions shall focus on business modeling, creation of enterprise, and commercialization of research outputs through joint ventures, spin-offs, and startups that create jobs, enhance incomes, and accelerate national development. We also have provided more than 500 facilities across Kenya to domicile innovation and incubation in Tibet's universities, private hubs, and donor-supported centers. What is needed is a strong coordinating mechanism, and I encourage the Kenya National Innovation Agency to move with speed and make the opportunity a reality. Gentlemen, I think you have your job very well cut out. In fact, the agency, the Ministry of Youth, must now go ahead and curate an ecosystem that efficiently converts every viable innovation into an enterprise and create mechanisms to provide support for risky yet highly potential enterprises. At the moment, the Global Innovation Index ranks Kenya at position number 87. We are determined to work smart and make Kenya the cradle of technologies in all sectors. This will maximize our potential to realize sustainable development through shared prosperity and radical socio-economic transformation. Today is a day of great promise. It is the beginning of our journey to transform Kenya into a globally competitive, modern and industrialized economy. The Kenya Innovations Week will anchor continuous discussion and robust engagements that will guide the development of innovation policies in our organizations. We therefore look forward to the growth of a robust nation system, and your presence here today matters, and your mission is essential. I made the decision Kenya national holidays are now going to be themed going forward, and we started at the right place, at innovation and technology. And I have invited many of the technology leaders in the world to join us on our celebration so that together, people, we can be able to have a conversation that informs our circumstances and our situation as a country, that which requires us to use technology to be able to drive not just our industrialization, our enterprise, even our agriculture and all sectors of our economy. The theme of the Kenya Innovation Week, Connect, Innovate, and Inspire, truly captures the journey we have embarked in the transformation of our country. And I dare say, not even the sky is the limit. I now declare the 2022 Kenya Innovation Week officially open, and I want all of you guys to be engaged in this week all the way to Jamhuri, so that we can truly celebrate our independence as we celebrate our independence from the challenges of our times. Asanteni sana. Bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to His Excellency the President. Thank you. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, let's all be upstanding for the national anthem.